What's up, everybody? It's your boy Dan Moressey. I just want to do a quick interview for all my fans, all my supporters, all the people that have showed love throughout the years. I just wanted to let the people know who the person is behind the art. So here we go.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Ian Success. I'm here with Dan Moressey. We're trying to get some questions answered, and he's the man to do it, Dan the man. So Dan, we're gonna start with the first question. How about you just let us know what's your name, where you from? Is Dan Moressey just a stage name, or is that like your legitimate name?
Well, Dan Moressey is a stage name, but I had actually got that stage name from the singer Morrissey off the Smiths, and
Nice.
He had sang about a lot of sad shit.
Okay.
And back in the day when I was sad, I used to listen to the Smiths, and I'm like,
City
okay.
Boys.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. So I listen, I relate to it, right? But
Yeah.
also Morrissey is also kind of like a double entendre for like, the more I go through life, the more I see. So I'm like, Dan Morrissey. That's why I decided to name myself that.
All right.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Is that your full name, or do you want to let us know your government?
I'm not letting know my government.
You're not letting them know your government yet. How about you just give them like the first name?
I mean, the people who know me, I'm Daniel.
Alright,
that's what's up. Daniel,
so,
right?
my boy Daniel.
Yeah, if you call me Dan, call me Daniel. If you knew me from back in the day, Daniel, that's cool.
Yeah.
But if you met me recently, it's Dan.
It's Dan. I like that. We changing out here. We only progressing, people. How about you letting us know what inspired you to make music?
I mean, I've always had like a love for music growing up.
Yeah.
Like even when I was a kid, like I remember like when I was like 4 or 5 years old, like my mom would tell me, oh, like there would be cars passing by, blasting music, and I would just be dancing to it. And as a kid, like I would go to my cousin's house and like I'd always be rapping, performing for everybody. So it's like music has always been a very important part of my life.
Okay.
So that's what kind of made me want to make my own music.
Okay.
So kind of kept it going from there. I'm like, okay, like I see what these other people are doing, and I feel like if I have the love for this, I can do this too.
Like you can put something together also, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I like that. You can put your emotions and express yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Put your emotions into something and express yourself.
Yeah.
That's good, man. I like that answer, bro. Next question is, who are your biggest influences musically?
I mean, growing up, like I've listened to a lot of music.
Yeah.
But definitely a lot of Kanye, Drake, Travis, Young Thug, Future, Cardi, even like some non-rap influences. Like my favorite heavy metal band is Killswitch Engage.
Yo,
so
I actually love them too, bro.
Killswitch Engage is like a major influence on me. They got me through some shit. This fire burns. Like Killswitch Engage got me through some shit.
I feel that.
Definitely Hatebreed, another metal band. Vibes Cartel, my Jamaican side.
My son said the Jamaican. Wait. We asked you where you from, guys, and he didn't let us know his background, man. Yo, where you from, bro?
So basically,
where you from?
My mom is a Ukrainian and a Russian. My dad is from Jamaica.
What?
So I had grown up being very mixed. Feel me?
God damn. Yeah. So identity crisis.
I had a major identity crisis.
I feel you, man. We all go through it. All right. But hey guys, you see, the more you learn, man. Out here in New York, that's probably one of the few spots I would say I can ever find a Russian and Jamaican. When people see things that it's not common, or when you are something that's uncommon, it might be hard for you yourself to even understand why the world doesn't understand you, So, yeah, might have been tough. But hey, that's definitely where your music comes from too. Probably what's inspired some of that also. Let's get into the next question, all right? What are your thought process, would you say, while you're recording? Or like, do you freestyle? Or you write songs?
I mean, like, it's always been like, I kind of started off freestyling. So like, I would hear a beat and I would get this like in my head and I'm like, okay, let me lay this out. So like, when I first started, I would freestyle the shit, right? But once I started recording with my engineer, shout out my boy Louis, who we've been working with for 3 years, he would tell me like, hey man, like your shit is tight, but you got to start like laying out songs, and putting song structure, and you got to come to the studio prepared. Because like before this, like I would always record in my room on my laptop, and I would just be like freestyling shit. and it'll still sound good. But then like my engineer will tell me, yo, you have to sit down and like prepare this shit.
Yeah.
So I would start writing a little bit more, and like these days I feel like it's kind of a little bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can write to a beat depending on how it is, or
Yeah.
I can freestyle to a beat. Like it all really depends on the vibe. If I feel like I can like kind of capture that vibe,
Mm-hmm.
then I'll freestyle to it. If it comes out good, it comes out good. If it doesn't come out good, I'm gonna re-listen to it, write what I freestyle down,
Yeah.
then write it again, and then write more on top of it. So it's kind of a little bit of both.
Layering. Like
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit of both. Like
find the right. You're trying
Yeah.
to chemically, mentally mastermind the song.
yeah, like I can freestyle a whole song if the vibe is right.
Yeah.
But if I feel like the vibe is not right and there's some work that needs to be done, I'm gonna take my time to write to it. Or there's a beat that I feel like, okay, I can't just be saying like certain things on it that I'm freestyling. So I'm gonna write and write and write.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some songs that are fully written,
Mm-hmm.
some songs that are fully freestyled, some songs that are just in the middle.
Mm.
So that's what it is.
I like that. I like that. Take a drink to that. Definitely will. Whew. Definitely hit the spot, man. All right, so let's get to the next question, guys. So, what was the idea behind your latest project, Time Heals All?
Well, I feel like it's also like pretty self-explanatory.
Mm-hmm.
You know, time heals all.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, as cliche as it sounds, time really does heal all. No matter what you go through in life, whether it's a breakup, a loss of a family member,
Mm-hmm.
as time goes on, you're gonna be able to heal from that. Not fully, the pain will still always be there, but you're able to move through that.
Yeah.
So, I had not dropped a project since last October. And since last October until now, I was like, living my life, going through a lot of shit. So I'm thinking, what's a good album name? And I'm like, Time Heals All, because time has definitely been a thing that's been helping me, move forward in life. And a lot of the songs that like I cover in my album have to deal with me healing with like previous trauma that I've dealt with. So that's basically where it came from.
All right, so this is one of my questions. Do you feel like time can help some people make their traumas better, or do you think for some people it can make it worse?
I feel like the trauma is always going to be there.
Mm.
It's always something you have to live with.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I've learned about trauma and pain is that it may never go away,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just something that you kind of have to adapt to.
Yes.
So that's what I've been kind of putting into my music. It's like, look, I went through this, but like I'm still here. I'm still doing this. So time heals all, but at the end of the day, time will work how time is needed to work.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It's supposed to work, and it does whatever it does.
It does whatever it does. You might heal.
You might not.
A week from now, you might heal 10 years from now.
Yeah. You might not ever heal.
You might not ever heal. Like there's
You might feel
there's some
something.
things that I went through
Yeah.
that I'm not going to heal from.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, time has helped put that Band-Aid over those scars. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean, man. Because some people don't even realize that they've been scarred. You know what I'm saying? You know, some people are still oblivious to their own traumas. Some people ignore it. And, I feel like that's a big part of it. Some people like to ignore their traumas. But good thing about your music and other music like yours is that it helps people know that there's others out there that might have went through the same thing. So it's kind of hard. I feel like it's kind of hard in a human to think that it's over when there's kind of somebody saying that they've actually been through the exact same process. It's kind of like if a millionaire tells you, "Yo, I can make $1 million," and you can make $1 million, then it's kind of it's gonna be really hard for you to wrap your head around it. But he's still telling you that it's possible, and he's showing you that it's possible. So in your mind,
Yeah. So if artists like Drake and Juice WRLD, X, Lil Peep, Lil Trey,
it's gonna be really hard for you to wrap your head around it. But he's still telling you that it's possible, and he's showing you that it's possible. So in your mind,
Yeah. So if artists like Drake and Juice WRLD, X, Lil Peep, Lil Tracy, they kind of make you feel that it's like things are gonna be okay. You know what I mean? And that's what I grew up on. Like their songs kind of stopped me from like going the wrong way. So I kind of wanted to be able to make sure to do the same thing to other people. Like, at the end of the day, like, I'm not doing this shit to be famous. I'm not doing this shit to be rich. Like, I feel like a lot of people these days, like, with all due respect, they see rap as like a quick little hustle. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna rap. We're gonna rap about killing people. We're gonna rap about this, drugs, females, blah blah blah, and we're gonna get some clout. But they don't do it for their artistry. And I feel like I really do this shit because I like to do this shit. You know what I mean? That's why I've kept on going, because I've seen the effect that my music has had on people, which is the same effect that the music that I listen to had on me. I just have to keep going from there.
That was a good answer. Let's get into the next question. How do you deal with haters? Have you experienced any hate? Who's out there, bro? Who's like, yo, Dan.
I'll be real with you.
Alright.
When I first started out, people were hating on me like crazy. Like, I remember when I dropped my first song. If you know, you know. 7-Eleven. I dropped the song on SoundCloud, right?
Yeah.
I had girls who I was co-workers were hitting me up, sending me Snapchats of them laughing at it. And they were like,
Damn.
what the fuck is this? Like, I had like people hating on me. They're like, yo, like, this guy is like a joke. You know what I mean? Because like,
Wow.
I love the music, right? But growing up, I always kind of been like a class clown. I always been that popular kid, like, to make people laugh.
Yeah.
So it's like, when I first started music, I'm like, obviously I'm not going to be talking about my life, so I'm going to make some bullshit that just, you know, sounds catchy for the time.
Yeah.
So I had dropped that song, and a lot of people were hating on me, you know what I mean? Like, I had some supporters who saw the potential from the start. Successful people have haters, and that's something that's had to accept, you know what I mean? And as I've been progressing with my music, and I've been putting out project after project, I've been seeing the love overpower the hate. And at the end of the day, I've come to realize that the hate, it doesn't really have anything to do with you. It has something to do with that person. That person has something that they hate about themselves that they want to project onto you. I'm not a bad-spirited person. Like, you know, I don't hold any grudges. Like, you know, even the people who hated me back then, like, I wish them nothing but the best, because I wish that positivity upon myself and my friends and my family, and that's what would keep me going. Like, if I had given in to haters, I would have gave up a long time ago. People just keep going, and it's like, that's probably why I keep on like trying to like switch up my sound with every single project.
Yeah.
Because I want to show people that it's like, I'm more than a rapper. A lot of people, like, when I first started off, like, oh damn, you're a SoundCloud rapper. I'm like, okay, cool, I was, right? But it's like, now I'm making fucking
Actual
heavy
music.
metal songs. I'm fucking making actual rap songs. I'm making dance hall songs. I'm making fucking Jersey Club kind of songs. So I feel like the hate has always kind of been like a big motivation for me. But so has the love that people have showed me. Like, the love has been overpowering the hate at this point.
That's how it should be.
Yep.
Alright, Dan, sorry, the tequila's getting me, bro.
Tequila's gonna be too.
Alright, so what more can we look forward from you in the future?
I just dropped, you know, Time Heals All platforms. I dropped Cape and Crazy, all platforms. I've been getting a lot of positive reception from those too. But you've been telling me, yo, Dan, you gotta do music videos. I always, like, being a low-key kind of guy, like, as hypocritical as it sounds, like, people are like, you're a rapper, like, you should be famous. Like, you know, for me, I never did it for the fame, I did it for the art. So I never really wanted to really put a face to it. But like, growing up and getting older and seeing how people react to music videos, and you realize, like, I need visuals. And a lot of people I've been talking to are like, Dan, you need visuals. So, like, I'm definitely working on visuals.
Yeah.
And that's probably the next step that I'm looking towards. Like, I've been, you know, marketing my music has been doing well, and like, you can have great music, but if it has no visual, what is it? You know, it's definitely like, I've released enough songs. Time Heals All at 18 tracks. Cape and Crazy, that was a great single. Now I need to put a face to it and make visuals, make music videos. So that's what I'm really working towards next. Because it's like, mentally and spiritually, it drains you dropping music. Especially for me, because I feel like with my music, I really put like my heart out. It's like when you're making art, it's like you're taking your heart, you're taking your emotions, you're putting it out to the world. It takes a toll on you mentally, you know what I mean? Because like, you're talking about shit like that you really go through, you know what I mean? You're talking about shit that's really true. So I'm definitely, you know, taking a step back from that and just more focusing on the visual aspect, the marketing aspect, and like of course, new music. Shout out to Tayshawn P. That's my brother right there. On Tuesday, he's on Destruction. Me and him are working on a collab tape right now. Shout out to Tayshawn P. 1206. My motto is like I like to live my life and then make music about my life.
Okay.
If you're putting out music with a message that can resonate with people, that's gonna live on long beyond you're gone. So that's really my message to young artists out there. You know, me being a young artist, it's like just make music that like you know what people are gonna remember you for. That's why I don't really put out videos, none of that shit. Cause like I just put out albums because like, people remember you for albums. People remember you for one video, you're gonna be a one-hit wonder. But if you put out albums on albums, you're gonna build out a cult following.
That's true. I like that. All right. Question is gonna be: can you share like a specific song or project that holds specific meaning to you, and explain why it's significant in your artistic journey?
I could probably name two.
Okay.
You know, so Resurrection is
It's
basically.
on Time Heals All, right?
It's before. It's 2 albums before Time Heals All.
2 albums.
Yeah.
I got you.
So
if you know, you know.
yeah, it's a great album. But basically, I had put out my mixtape Middle Tales 2 earlier in the year, and then I had decided to give up on this whole shit. I'm like, you know what, fuck this. It's not working out. Like things aren't going good. So I take a 6-month break. I delete all my shit off Apple, Spotify. I'm like, fuck this. Now people are like, yo, damn, why'd you delete this shit? I like that. People are here like, yo, why'd you delete this shit? I like that. So basically, I just felt motivated to like kind of put out a project that people really fuck with and like different from the other things that I put out before. Because I put out Middle Tales 1, Middle Tales 2. They were good.
Yeah.
But I feel like Resurrection was like when people actually start taking serious as an artist. They're like, okay, Dan's doing this, you know. So Resurrection is definitely a project I hold dear to. As of recent, Time Heals All has definitely been a project that's been very personal to me because I've been going through a lot of things in my personal life. Like, if you hear it, you know. Like, I've been talking about my life problems, issues with girls. Like, I even have a song called Sorry, and I've always kind of made like emo rap, like kind of Lil Peep, Juice WRLD, X, you know, that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
But I've always kind of been in like the heartbroken position, like, oh yeah, like my heart's broken because of you.
Yeah.
But this time, I'm like, you know what? Let me flip the script because like, there's a couple ladies you watching this. I broke their hearts, so I decided to flip the script and kind of make an apology on this beat. So it's a song called Sorry, and it's called I'm Sorry That I Let You Down, Sorry That I'm Not Around. So that one definitely holds dear to me. And just in general, the whole project, I feel like if you listen to it, you're going to be like, this is it.
I'll definitely listen to it. Yeah, a couple good songs on there. Honestly, I didn't get to listen to it as much as I want because I didn't have my actual Apple subscription at the time.
Yeah.
Funny enough.
It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube though.
It's on YouTube?
It's on YouTube.
Oh man, but you know they hit you with the.
I was dropping on SoundCloud though because people call me a SoundCloud rapper. I was a SoundCloud rapper.
Right, yo, I know that statement, man.
I hate that shit.
I hate it too,
like,
bro.
I'm not trying to sound cocky. I got 83,000 streams on all platforms. Apple Music, Spotify, everything. SoundCloud is like another 60,000. That's over 100,000 right there. Don't call me a SoundCloud rapper when I'm over here getting tens and tens of thousands of plays.
On the best platforms too, not even just Spotify. I mean, sorry.
Exactly.
SoundCloud.
So, if you want to check out my shit, my newest shit, it's on Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, fucking YouTube, not SoundCloud.
Not SoundCloud. Sorry guys, we're not.
We're not gonna be no SoundCloud rappers in 2023.
We're done with that. SoundCloud.
Shout out to a SoundCloud rapper though. Shout out to a SoundCloud rapper.
You gotta start somewhere.
You gotta start somewhere. But it's like
This
me personally, I'm at a point where I can't drop shit on SoundCloud. It's like it just like, alright, I was in a relationship with this girl, and last summer, her and her friends like, oh yeah, you're a SoundCloud rapper, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm a SoundCloud rapper. You know what I mean? Like, how am I a SoundCloud rapper when I have tens of thousands of streams on other platforms to fucking sound? They're like, oh well, it's okay, because Uzi and everybody just I'm like, nah, you're trying to disrespect me. Because you see SoundCloud rapper as a struggling rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not a struggling rapper. I'm an upcoming rapper. I'm not even a rapper. I'm an artist.
Let them
make
know.
that clip because I make all kinds of music. You listen to Rise Against Interlude. That's that heavy metal song.
Yeah. That's honestly one of my favorite developments of the recent couple years. I think back in like 2016, there was this guy Zillakami.
Oh yeah, Zillakami.
Yeah, you remember him? I don't know what he's doing now, but I was like, yeah, you know, finally somebody's figuring out the chemistry between metal and rap, and you know, we're kind of like making something work. And I feel like maybe the sad genre, I feel like a lot of the sad genres that came out from Uzi, Lil Peep, XXX, I feel like all of them kind of had that inspiration of rock in there. It wasn't really always sad music, but it was much more music about like life. It was like, yo, some people don't always have the best life, but they make it too. And I feel like that was the era. That was the era. And what would you describe your personal genre as?
I feel like it's kind of hard to really like put like an exact label on it because like I made all kinds of like
if you had to label it as four different genres, but you're fusing two different music together and you're creating two different genres.
I would definitely put it as a rap, metal, a little bit of cloud rap.
Okay.
And yeah, that's probably it.
So
rap, metal, cloud rap. Like I made one dancehall song.
Yeah.
called Island Flow Middle Tales 3. If you know, you know. That was me going real full Jamaican mode because a lot of people they don't know me. Me, I'm half Jamaican, so me decided to tap into that. So, me, I made that song, and I feel like there's a lot of genres that like I haven't left untouched. Like off the recent album, I made Way Too Deep and Pushing. They're kind of like club, kind of like dance. Like a Drake put out that album. Honestly, Never Mind, or just like kind of like dance beats.
Yeah.
So like I kind of decided to do that with Potion Way Too Deep. So it's basically.
I actually did listen to Potion.
You gotta check them out. A lot of people reacted greatly. It's basically me talking about, yo, I'm going out to the bars. I'm meeting these girls. I'm trying to find the one, but they're not here.
They're not here.
So it's kind of almost like a hopeless romantic situation type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like, at this point, there hasn't been a genre that I left untouched except for country. Like I could probably do country. I'm not gonna do country because that's just not me. Maybe one day, I'll do country.
Yeah.
But as of right now, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm not gonna do no fucking country.
I understand that, Brody. I like that. Good answer. My son said, I am multi-talented. My golden egg has yet to be discovered. Because that's what I feel like a lot of these artists do that are like new. Like Pop Smoke. I feel like Pop Smoke was the first of his kind. The deep voice, the deep beat. Like he's fully like deep. Whatever he's deep in, he's deep in. So I feel like every artist out there, and what's funny about it, he also had like kind of like the same journey as you, being one of the people that people really didn't kind of like blink too much at, but he was still like, what, I'm gonna do this anyway. I like it. This is what I love doing. And he got up creating a space for himself pretty much, and it all depends on how much you persevere and fine tune that blade. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand that, like life is about sharpening the sword.
Yeah.
But you're not sharpening it to go kill somebody. You're sharpening it so that one day when you gotta defend your honor, you do it in a swift cut. You don't do it because you've worked on your technique and sharpening, making that blade as sharp as possible. So whenever you cut something, since you never used it, it's like so brand new that it just, you don't even notice the cut.
No, for sure.
So that's where I feel like you're also doing what you're doing.
I've actually been like, I had a conversation with my friend last night. He's like, yo, damn, like, your music is great, but at the end of the day, it's like, are you gonna like spend all this money on curating and investing into playlists, blogs, ads, and like, what if it doesn't pay off? And I'm like, dude, I'd rather live my life knowing that I fucking tried than to live my life with regrets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we all live with regrets. Like I have some regrets. It's like, man, there's some videos that I shot back then. There's some songs that I made back then that I could shot videos to, and I didn't do it. But at the end of the day, I know now what I need to do, and it's like, even like if it takes all my time and energy and effort, money, blah blah blah, I'm gonna invest into this shit because like I see that people are liking it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put my all into this shit. I'm gonna go in with the music videos. I'm gonna do what I need to do. Like I know what people want to hear. I know what they want to see. I see the vibes they're going for. So that is what I'm working on right now. Like,
just sharpening the music.
Sharpening the music. You know what I mean? Like the music is already good.
Yeah.
But now it's like, as I'm doing right now, I'm putting a face to it.
Like it. I like it, man. I like to hear what's behind the mind of the artist. My next question is gonna be, how do you balance your artistic, or your music vision and creativity, with the need, to make a living as an artist?
Yeah.
What strategies, approaches have you found are helpful, in pursuing both?
Pursuing both?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I feel like a lot of people, when they see that it's like, you're an artist, they're just like, okay, you're a rapper, and you're already doing this, and you have this, blah, blah, blah. And a lot of people know me as like, oh yeah, Dan's always partying, dance with the women, dance living that rapper lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I live a regular life. I'm a regular guy. I have a fucking regular job. I go to fucking school. You know.
He said, I have regular problems.
I have regular fucking problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not what it, the truth that I post on Instagram is real. At the end of the day, I have a regular life just like everybody else does. So, it's like I work and I put aside what I need for the music and for my life, and I split it. And I'm like, okay, this is for music, this is for that. So I've been kind of able to like balance that out. You know what I mean? 'Cause at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who the fuck you are. I got 10 million streams right now, going to work. Nobody in my job is gonna fucking know that shit. They're gonna be like, you're just there. You know what I mean? Like
that's cool.
You know what I mean? Like, I go into my job right now. It's like depends on who you talk to. If I walk around South Brooklyn like, yo, I'm chilling with Dan Morris, like, oh shit, Dan Moressey. I go to my job, it's like, oh hey, what's up, Dan? You know what I mean? Like, so at the end of the day, it's like it's always about you about staying humble.
Ever, man.
It's always just about like staying humble. Like no matter how much views I get, no matter how much money I get off this shit, I'm always gonna stay the same. And the people who've known me, that have known me from the start, know that I've never changed. I'm always gonna be the same Dan that I've always been. The music is just a way for me to express my emotions and my thoughts, and to put it on a platform for the world. If I can help people with that, then that's all that matters. I don't give a fuck about no fame, no clout, being rich, none of that shit. You know what I mean? Obviously, money helps you be more comfortable, and that would be nice. I'm doing this shit because I really love to fucking do this shit. And I think that's why people can connect to it, because they can see that it comes from a genuine place, and not from like, oh, I'm just trying to get a quick come up. So I'm just like, look, I just want the art to speak for itself. And I feel like it has at this point. So
I like that.
That's all it is.
That's good, man. It seems like you've found like a method or a set of skills that work for yourself. I like that. Most of the time, we had a little discussion earlier about what I do. You see how my situation is. So
yeah.
I have to get it going. Figure it out, make things work, and still believe in yourself too. That's the biggest part. So yeah, you always gotta focus on what you want, man.
It's all about like believing in yourself. You know what I mean? It's like I'm age is like I'm 25, and it's like I'm young, right? But at the end of the day, it's like I also don't want to be that dude who's still rapping to their 30s.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter. Because if I love to do this shit, who's gonna tell me what? You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna blow up when it's right for me to blow up. Like I'm gonna keep on doing this shit because I see that like it's inspiring people. And people hit me up. They're like, yo, Dan, like this shit's inspiring me to keep on going. You know what I mean? This is inspiring me to do what I want to do. You know what I mean? No matter what I'm going through, I know that like I don't feel alone.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep on doing this shit until the day that like I stop breathing. You know what I mean? Like, like literally, like recipes to my dad. I used to tell my dad when I was 7 years old, I'm gonna start rapping, and he'd be like, "Alright, bet." And ever since then, like I just kept on going.
Just kept
on going this shit.
I like it.
That's what I've been doing. You know what I mean?
All right. So final question. I know it's been a long night, Dan. How you feeling? You good?
I'm feeling great.
All right, man. So go ahead. You were saying? Sorry.
That's how you feel.
All right. I'm good, man. That drink slap. I ain't gonna lie. That Sprite and that Espanol. That Española. My final question is gonna be as a young artist, as the average guy trying to put his art out there. What would you say? What advice would you give to artists just like yourself, maybe in different fields, maybe in the same field, starting out on their journeys? What lessons have you learned that you believe are important for aspiring artists to know?
I feel like it's definitely about believing in yourself and releasing art that you feel is true to you, and taking your time with it, not rushing it, not doing it for the attention, not doing it for the fame. When you know, you know. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if you're an artist, a lot of times you feel like you're gonna go through a dry spell. You're like, man, I can't do shit. Whether you're drawing, whether you're a photographer, whether you're a rapper, singer, there's gonna be times where you're like, man, I can't do anything. Like this shit's not working out. But that hunger is still gonna be there. You know what I mean? Like you're always gonna want to keep on creating. Once you create things, you're gonna want to keep on fucking creating.
I like that.
I feel like that's what I've been doing. Like that's why it's like I don't rush to like really drop things. I'm like, I'm gonna take my fucking time. You know what I mean? Because like if I want to put something out, I want to be proud of it, because I used to get laughed at. And I'm a secure person. At the end of the day, it's like you want to be that person you pull up and like, oh, you're the guy who made that stupid ass song. So that's why I've kind of taken a more serious route with this shit.
I like it.
And I'm like, yo, I'm gonna put out shit that's meaningful for the people. And I feel if you're an artist or creative, anything, it's hard out there. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people don't understand what it's like to be a creative or to create things or to fucking make things come out your mind into life.
Yeah.
They don't fucking understand that shit. But that's fine. They don't have to understand you. You're gonna keep on fucking putting that art out until the people understand you. Like this is a Sprite bottle, right?
Yeah.
This is an empty Sprite bottle.
Mm-hmm.
I can put this right here in a white space. Let's say it's an art museum.
Mm-hmm.
People will be like, "Oh, this is a work of art because it's in a nice, lighted, curated space, right?"
Yeah.
I can take put it in the trash. People like this garbage.
True.
At the end of the day, that's why I prefer putting out projects over singles, really, because with the project, people can see the curated space that comes out of it instead of just like, okay, Dan, just drop this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like definitely just take your time and make sure that you're not even confident. It's not even about confidence. Just make sure it comes from you and it comes from the soul, and that this is what you want to be remembered for. Because at the end of the day, when you're making art, you're gonna be remembered for the art longer than you've been alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm doing shit like if I have kids, I don't know, maybe I'll find the right girl, I don't know. But if I do, you know, hopefully those kids be like, oh man, my dad did this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Brad
And then they
Johnson,
can pass it on to their kids. Like, hey, your great grand.
Yeah, your great grand was that dude. You know what I mean? That's basically all it is.
And then they're gonna hear the songs. They be like, "Yo, this is great. This is great, Dan. Talking. This is great, Dan singing." That's cool, man. I like that. All right, man. So that's the end of it for my questions. Do you have anything you want to say before we go to your followers and your supporters?
I actually really want to like thank you from the bottom of my heart to everybody who's been showing love, showing support to me, that have kept me going with this. Because like, if it wasn't for y'all, I would have not been able to do this. I would have not been sitting here doing an interview with my boy Eon. I would not have had the confidence to do that. You know what I mean? Because like, when I first started with this shit, nobody took me seriously. I felt like I was alone. But now, I feel like I genuinely have, even if it's not a million people, I know that there's people who like what I do and love what I do and they appreciate what I do and they see what I'm doing from the bottom of my heart. So that has kept me going. So I just want to say I love y'all. Thank y'all.
All right, appreciate it, guys. So it's Success with Dan the Man
Moressey.
signing out.